swallowed up. We are back to second period. Here on the buck drops here early. Canucks and Maple Leafs. It is still 1-0. By the way, we do know that it is there were technical difficulties on that last stream, so I had to start it second. By the way, we found out, yes, and the Penguins have tied it up in Philadelphia in that game over there. Puck comes back out at the corner. It slips in off the red. Here's a chance in front! And the Canucks at a one-timer. That could have been lifted right into the net, and it went off the stick. It went off the stick way too easily. Philadelphia punches it in, Canucks punch it through, and that is now offside. By the way, some NBA scoring updates. It is halftime, 60-57, Spurs beating Orlando. Halftime in Washington, 63-58, Atlanta beating Washington. And they're still waiting for a tip-off in Memphis, Minnesota, and Chicago. This puck just crossed wide, and Thatcher Demko is left for some reason. Hopefully he can come back after the break. Here's the pass, the shot by Besser, and it's blocked again. Fed one across again. And this one, again, is fed off the dasher. Go, Canucks, go. Is what is being blasted here in British Columbia. Toronto trying to again grab the puck in the offensive zone. Fed one back out again. Chipped back off neutral zone and fed in. Now, apparently in the second period, St. Louis scored 2 unanswered. It is 2-2 between the Blues and the Blackhawks. Puck poked through, and it is held by Lankinen, who replaces the hurt Thatcher Demko. Trent will be coming back. In about 10 minutes or so. Canucks win the draw. And turnstile it out behind. Fed one off the corner. Toronto trying to backhand flip it through. And we have a scoring update. Minnesota early in their game against the Islanders without Eriksson Ek has struck first. It's Marco Rossi with the goal. Drop pass. There's a drive. Deflected. Save Wall. No rebound. Oh, Joe Wall had the glove on the icing line. Remember, as we said, that Buffalo-Nashville game, which is scoreless. That'll be the final one that we do. And the New York Rangers have just tied it up against Columbus, and unfortunately the Islanders have also tied it up. Kyle Palmieri. But the Rangers have tied it up against Columbus, so interesting there. Fed one again at the corner. Toronto tries to throw it up. They got looking for Tavares. They hit off the boards. They're going back to their physical hockey again. McCabe, and it slid back into the Toronto zone. Slips it back to McCabe. Poke check looking to get the puck away from Nylander. Nylander fed that one back through. And a chance for Tavares. It's blocked aside. There the Canucks in. Elias Pettersson. Pettersson banks it in. Pettersson again. And apparently Matvei Mishkov nearly gave Philadelphia a 2-1 lead with a tremendous move in the backhand. But was just not able to as Toronto spots it back into the zone. Comes right off the right hash mark. They keep it in. Lindblom, and that was wristed around. As that one was fed back, and here's Robertson going down. Robertson, and they swung the stick aside. Fed it on back. Toronto got the puck in their own end. Off the corner. Canucks will bang it in along at the far wall. Besser again. Besser hit off the blue line. Besser chased it back out. A bouncing puck, and there's Besser. He'll try to skate in. Brock does. And it's back to Toronto to play it from their own end. Placed on back Matthews. A high rolling puck and comes away from Besser. Toes it, and dragged one off the stick. This puck rolls all the way down and is icing on the Canucks, I believe. Yes. So 13:40 to go in the second. It's still 1-0. Canucks with the lead, thanks to Philip Hronek. Spurs and Magic just entered the third quarter. More score updates. 8:05 to go in the first. It is 11-7 Oklahoma City against Memphis. 7:13 left. 8-7 Minnesota over the Trailblazers. And 8:52 to go in the first. 10-9 Bulls playing the brand new look Jimmy Butler-led Golden State Warriors. Pacioretty tries to deke through a phone booth, and call collect was off. Here's Garland. He'll shoot in. Connor chases the play. He chases Tanev. Connor tries to pickpocket the current Canuck number 8 against the former Canuck number 8, and now it's freed up. Back to Pacioretty, a drive, and it's held by Kevin Lankinen, and we're going to give Sam Lafferty the business for crashing Lankinen. Well, they're going to go to break. We're going to go to break. 13:07 to go in the second. Canucks 1, Toronto nothing. All right, let's go to the Clemson game against Duke. Tigers bring it out into the paint. There's a junior sky hook. It's rebounded by Clemson. They bring it back at the elbow, top of the key. Now they'll set it back out at the logo. To the left corner for 3. Good! Oh, what a three-pointer from the corner, and Clemson leads by 5. Jones brings it up, back to Flag. Cooper Flag goes around the edge. Flag goes up for it, gets it back out to the left corner for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Tigers. 10:15 to go in the game. Clemson leads by 5. They fake the left corner 3. Feed it back out on the right baseline. Come off the elbow. And a foul against Duke, a sloppy foul for a reach-in.
Duke has gone about 4.5 minutes without a point. And the one thing that Duke has to always face.
And that is their 5th foul of the half. Of the half. Yeah, that's right. That's the disadvantage of college basketball, guys. We're doing this during commercial during the Canuck game. Is that there's only 2 halves, so you don't have another quarter where the fouls can reset. You only have 2 halves. And Clemson could put Duke into the bonus. A top end 3 off the rim, no good. Foul on the floor, but it doesn't matter because it'll be a free throw for somebody. And from the reaction of this crowd, I believe it's against Duke. What a shot for Zachley. And by the way, we're back in Vancouver. And by the way, the Panthers have tied it. It's the other Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk, the good one. Not that Brady's not a good player. He's a great player, but just as a Panther guy. Ekman Larson, right hash. Tipped it, and it's turned over. Here come the Canucks. 13-10 in shots. Only 13 shots on goal, but the lead. The shot is fired wide, but deflected. It comes at the left hash. Looking for Jake DeBrusk in the low slot, the high slot, sorry. Toronto tries to get it out. It's deflected off Jake DeBrusk. He can't get the puck. But thrown there for Kiefer Sherwood, out behind the net. Going down on a penalty. No penalty against Toronto for a hook. Jake slips, wrists it behind the goal. Good pressure. It's tipped low, but it gets to Myers. Tyler Myers. Delays left hash at the post. Tyler Myers hit the post. It was nearly 2-0. Tyler gets it on back, though. Drags, shot, save made by Wall. Huge hit behind the net, but Toronto gets the puck out to the neutral zone. Skating in, they bank it. Toronto keeping it on through. Off the wall. Slipped at the right circle. There's a shot. Save made. But Toronto keeps it nice. Fed one off the slot again. The Canucks trying to get it out to neutral. Yes, but Connor drops it back into the Canucks zone. Cross crease pass. Swivels on through. It's bumped down. There's Connor Garland out in front. And he just missed Dakota Joshua, who would have had a wide open net. And try to slip it on through. Deflected again. Connor Garland pushing the man off the puck. That's Myers. Let's go and check the top 25 just from now on. Just doing top 25 score updates. Yeah, nothing for women yet because the Ohio State game doesn't start for another 37 minutes. They're that other ranked game. And, oh boy, that Mississippi State-Georgia game has a brand new set of circumstances. But we'll talk about that in a second. It's 76-73. Mississippi State with only 18 seconds left. But back to the hockey game. The Canucks will bring it back out of their own zone. Philip Ronick delays. Sends it on down. A steal. And it's out behind the net. Right circle. Drops it, Carson Soucy. And banked off the boards. Hoglander tried to slip it through the corner. Toronto trying to get it out. Roberts does it. Sits out to center of the red line. And they'll bring in McCabe. There's a shot. Save made. Rebound. Puck loose in front. Deflected. And here comes Philip Hedl. He slips it back into the Toronto zone. Tanev back to play it. Down again, McCabe. swung along again. Philadelphia has taken the lead. 6:34 to go in the second there in that big game in Philadelphia. The Flyers' go-ahead goal was scored by Garnet Hathaway, a former captain. It was the Penguins. Well, this shot just went off the side of the net for Toronto. They nearly tied it up. A good hit at neutral. Camp goes back down again, and he will negate icing. Tyler Myers slipped it. Canucks try to get it on out the red. Elias Pettersson. Joseph Woll is out to play it. Slinks one to the blue liner, looking for Pacioretty to tag up. He's onside. Pacioretty delays. It's over to Morgan Riley. Riley a tip right out in front. Lafferty! It's stopped and held! With 9 minutes to go in the period. In the second, and it stays 1-0 Canucks. Tyler Myers hits the crossbar. Toronto was stopped at the outside of the net, and that's how the cookie crumbles. 9 minutes to go in the second. 1-0 Canucks. All right, let's go back to. Let's see if that Georgia game did that Georgia game finish. Let's see. I think it just went final. It did go final. In fact, Mississippi State beat Georgia. Illinois beat Minnesota. Michigan beat Indiana. Wisconsin beat Iowa. Kansas State beat Kansas. Kentucky beat South Carolina. Creighton upset Marquette by 10. And Texas A&M beat Missouri by 3. They were the higher seed, though, the higher ranked team. And Michigan State beat Oregon. Iowa State beat TCU. Texas Christian and Houston beat Colorado. Tennessee beat Oklahoma. Florida upset Auburn today by 9. So that's interesting, as well as there's a couple games going on later. So how interesting that is. So the number 1 team goes down. Florida downs Auburn. And right now the number 2 team is going down. And this is something that definitely benefits as a 3 is made for Duke. This is something that definitely behooves Auburn. In fact, if Duke can come back and win this game, Duke likely will be the number 1 team in the country. Tomorrow, it is lost. The ball is lost, and Duke has it. A tie-up, possession arrow, Blue Devils.
If you don't believe me, and you see Evans right there, go to the Auburn game.
Evans with the big shot from the corner. We were talking about that.
They guarded like they should have. He knocked down 6 3-point shots in the half. Evans, that was why they're number 1.
They're wiping the floor, and now we have to go off of this game. There's 8:32 in that game. 4-point lead, 56-52 for Clemson. That puck just missed the net. 8:50 to go in the second. Canucks slide it off the boards. Slide it along the board, sorry. Here's Toronto again. Head back out at the blue line, a rolling puck. It's swiveled down at the red. Fed one in the backhand pass, and it slinks up at the blue. Backhand chip. This is more mainly a hockey stream. We'll actually try to stay with the hockey games since there's not a lot of hockey coming up anyway. So we'll actually stay with the hockey games during commercial. By the way, it is stopped by Lankinen with 8:19 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Canucks. There are break there in that game, in the St. Louis-Chicago game. Let's see how much time is left in it. I know it's the second period. There's 4:46 left, still tied at 2 in that game. Puck along the corner. Canucks will dart in. Had one back, Domi, Nyes. Morgan Riley, drop pass. Nyes. His shot goes wide. There's Morgan Riley. He'll backhand it. It's deflected out of play. with 7:58 to go in the second. And it still is 1-0 Canucks. Still 2-2 as well in Columbus. The first period in that game that we'll finish with, Nashville and Buffalo. It's 2-0 Predators. How about that? Matthews spins the line. Matthews double teamed. Back to the point. Ekman Larson missed the net. Tyler Myers with it. Off the right circle. It's banked in off the corner. It'll slide on down. Sherwood. Did he beat the icing? They thought it was going to be icing. Or sorry, no, Kiefer Sherwood thought he beat off the icing, but they called icing. So we're going to have a defensive zone face-off here. Kiefer Sherwood's hot. He is hot. He's not happy about that at all. One iota. Puck off the far circle. Toronto couldn't keep it in. They'll bank it in off the stick. I will say this. At the end of the second with the Florida game, we will go to like college or NBA or something like that after all those games. I'm not going to slip into the Nashville game until this is over. But after that, primarily, obviously, we'll focus on hockey if we can. Puck is sent all the way down. This is an icing against Toronto, which Phillip will touch, the only goal scorer. Oh, and the Panthers have just taken a 2-1 lead. Beautiful. Their first lead of the night. Alexander Barkov with the goal. And now for the first time, Ottawa trails. And right now, things are looking good for the Red Wings. Vegas won earlier. Ottawa is losing. And Columbus and the Rangers are tied. Remember, Columbus with a win will be in a playoff spot, and the Red Wings will be out of the playoff spot before the break. So they're going to need the Rangers to win that game. But there's a shot, and it's stopped by Kevin Lankinen. That point shot, trying to get it right back off the dasher. Comes in along. There's Toronto's Myers. He goes off his one knee, and another Toronto player spills up and falls on this Canuck ice. Fed one back. Toronto trying to move the puck a little bit here. And forecheck. I can't do stream for the rest of the night. You're sure? You're sure? I'm sorry about that. There was technical difficulties, so I had to make a new stream. You're absolutely sure you can't? All right. I did not see it, but that's disappointing. I liked having you on, but I understand if you can't. Comma. I did not, but I heard about it. It has made it 2-1. 5:30 to go in the second. By the way, to update you specifically, Trent, I believe it's a 5-point lead now for Clemson against Duke, and we'll touch on that when we can, if we can. There's a shot, sharp one blocked. By the way, you have not missed any scoring here. It's all good, but it continue to. But I'm glad you'll stay here. But on the stream, so again, the technical difficulties are done. They're good here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do all the 7:00 hockey games as they go. We will also stay for the rest of the Nashville-Buffalo game. When that's over, we'll go off, but we'll also do a little bit of basketball commercials. You know the whole deal. Let me know if you understand all that. Even though it's been said already, let me know if you understand all that, Trent. Capiche? Capiche. Just let me know. This puck comes right off the blue line, still 1-0. And there has not been a game that has ended 1-0 this month yet. This is the only game right now that is possible, since it is 2-1 Panthers up in the other game. fed one along. I am monitoring the Philadelphia-Pittsburgh game as well. I'm keeping an eye on that. Toronto keeps it going in their own zone. There's Myers, a shot wide. It's Toronto Myers. And keeper Sherwood, he's going to slink on one man. Sherwood comes up the left circle. Sherwood turns. And that was stopped by Wall. He also lost a bit of it on his stick. There's Myers for Toronto. Trying to slip by. Let me know if you understand what I said, Trent. Matthews banks it on in. Trying to forecheck again. It comes off the glass. It's tipped back into the Toronto zone and pressuring away from it. Battling one on down. Canucks cannot keep it in. Hey, they say we did keep it in. Barely. Looks like it looked at first like they couldn't. And now here comes Tavares, who looks like he was fine from the other time, but he is shelved to the glass. Puck away at the corner. There's Philip Ronick. Ronick on the backhand. Crosses this one off the wall. Here's Connor Garland, left hash. Garland delays. Connor spins, shoots towards the net, wide, goes off the glass, tipped up in the air, sliding down to make the play. Here's Myers, a shot and a save made. Garland, backhand pass, save Wall, rebound, loose in front. Oh, it looked like it crossed the goal line, but they said it did not. Tyler Myers swivels one at the left hash. Puck crossing in, shot saved by Wall, comes out behind Garland, a backhand feed, save Wall again. Suter try to keep it in. Toronto will get the puck off the red line and a massive hit with a shoulder by Tyler Myers. Garland skates in. They'll battle for the puck, trying to pin it in with that zone defense. Holmberg's hit. Amador, we got a penalty coming up. I think it's on the Canucks. It is. Oh, no. 2:10 to go in the second, and the Canucks are going to the box. Toronto will go to the power play in a very unfortunate time for the Canucks. So many chances to nearly score, and yet no dice. Tripping and a power play. By the way, we'll go commercial to the end of this period. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. In the period, and it's out to center, and that is the period. Philadelphia leads 2-1 going to the end of the second. So that's that. Let's check in on Chicago, St. Louis now. They're also on break. Are they at the end of the period? That's the question. They are, yes, at the end of the period, and St. Louis has scored 3 unanswered. They lead 3-2 against them. So we can go to the Panthers game, I guess. Sure, we'll go to that. Ayrton, great game. Yeah, did you hear what I said though about the Did you hear what I said though about the whole Nashville Buffalo thing, and just reiterating what I said earlier? Just let me know if you understood that, because sometimes it was confusing. The thing I Instagram messaged you about earlier. Fed one back towards the net, and it stopped. 5:32 to go in the second. A minute 24 left in the power play for the Panthers. Oh, wait, we're back in BC. We are back in BC. The Canucks have to kill the penalty. Oh, just saying, wanted to reiterate what I said you earlier. What we're doing is doing all the 7 o'clock games. We'll do basketball and stuff at commercial, as well as the other hockey games at commercial. But we're going to actually go to the conclusion of Nashville-Buffalo. Once that is concluded, we're going off the air. We're not doing the California and Seattle games. But wanted to let you know, when the 7 o'clock games are over, we are not yet over. Fed one back off the hash mark. Canucks get it down. And off the corner. Slide it all the way down. A minute 45 to go in the man advantage. only about a 10-second difference between the amount of time in the period, the amount of time in the power play. Toronto brings it on out. Nylander, right hash. Matthews. Matthews spins at the corner. Matthews delays, and they miss Tavares. Left hash, Nylander. Nylander spins, went down. Tavares, shot, save made, rebound, and it's Tyler Myers. He backhands it off the dasher and down to the red line. Fed one back down again, Nylander. Nylander a shot, and this deflected off the corner. Kiefer Sherwood sends it all the way down and clear. Under a minute to go in the man advantage. And a minute left in the second period. Canucks 1, Toronto nothing. Still, that goal from Philip Ronick when they were buzzing in the zone. In the first period, there's Nils Hoglander. Toronto trying to get it out. Canucks trying to get it out. Toronto spit back out at center. Morgan Riley with it. Swivels one on down. Pacioretty. He got tied up. It comes up at the left hash mark, right hash mark. Fed one tipped wide. Another chance, and that one missed as well. Domi to the point. Riley. Morgan Riley right circle. Morgan Riley swivels. Domi a shot. Save by Lankinen with 12 seconds left in the Toronto power play. And the Canucks are not giving up anything. The Panthers have just taken the lead. It's good. They have extended the lead. It's 3-1. Gustav Forsling with 3:34 to go in the second. And they have scored 3 unanswered. What a game so far. From the Panthers. But Toronto still has some time in a power play. Morgan Riley. Matthews. Side of the net. Nice. Blocked again. Matthews missed the net. And the penalty's over. Man out of the box. Score. Toronto has tied it. Morgan Riley. We just killed the penalty. And Morgan Riley, with 4 seconds left in the second period, has tied the game. It goes wide. I don't know if that was on purpose. And Morgan Riley shoots it through the screen. And Toronto has tied up this hockey game at a goal apiece. Just can't happen, but it did. .498 points in his career with that goal. And why is the penalty box? Oh, to put time on the clock. So they put 5.8 left on the second. Face off, set back in the Toronto zone, and not the way you wanted to enter the locker room. You thought it was going to be 1-0. Instead, Toronto scores with 4 seconds left in the second, and we have a tie game. The 1-0 game will have to wait another couple hours. But it is 2 goals by defenseman Philip Ronick for the Canucks and Morgan Riley for Toronto. This game is tied going to the second intermission. All right, let's go to the Panthers, who have just struck again. Sam Bennett, and it's 4-1. 2:02 to go in the second, and what looked like the Panthers were struggling is starting to turn into a rout. 4-1, defending champs. 4 unanswered. By the way, Oklahoma City beating Memphis 34-26. Oh, let's let you know it's 3-2 Columbus at the end of 2 as well. And Matthew Tkachuk has a 3-point game in a game against his own brother, Sam Reinhart shoots it in. And the Panthers are offside. And they're going to go to break, which is perfect. Let's go to Duke. Game. So I don't know if you acknowledged it or got it or what. Are you still here, Trent? Too, I'd like to continue talking to you about sports and all that stuff. But also, if you understood what I was saying, that'd be good.
One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. And get access to over 1,000 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One.
They're on break here. I don't know why. But they're on break with the Duke game. That's what I was going to go to. By the way, we didn't finish our NBA score updates. 2:07 to go in the third. 85-76 San Antonio. 2:46 left in the third. 93-78 Atlanta. 10:40 left in the second quarter. 36-31 Oklahoma City against Memphis. Number one team against the two best teams in the Western Conference. 8:08 left in the second. It is 38-29 Portland against Minnesota. And 38-34, 9:34 left in the second. 30-34 Chicago. And they just started in Manhattan, 5-2 Boston against the Knicks. Let's check. Well, let's go back to the Panther game. That might be back here. Let us see, as that was tapped on back. Yes, we are back to Sunrise. Fed one on along, and the Panthers will slip it on into the Ottawa zone.
He's done that 4 times now.
Crossed it on down. Deflected. Back out at the far wall. Oh, and a save made by Bobrovsky. By the way, Alabama's the third team in the country back to college basketball. They are playing later today. So if Duke loses, they would have a chance to be the number one team probably if they beat a ranked team in Arkansas. I think Arkansas is still ranked, right? Oh, no, not anymore. By the way, that game is full of... Oh, you are back on. Okay. Berdy Pair, Makar, Taves, or Hughes Ronick. I love the Canucks. And I think that Quinn Hughes right now might not be better, but he has the possibility to be better than Makar. It's Makar Taves. Because Makar right now is slightly better than Quinn Hughes, and Taves is much better than Philip Ronick. Although Ronick does have the goal today. 40 seconds left in the second. Puck far flung off a stick. Puck at the point. Forsling a shot. Also, did you hear what I said about the whole Nashville thing? Because I repeated it. Did you hear about the whole thing? I want to make sure you understand so you're like not confused if I start flipping through games. That's kind of why I kept asking, because I didn't want you to get confused. Anyway, Ottawa slinks it back out to center. Yeah, no, I know. He's been out since the early second period.
In the 5 games is incredible. They've now outscored the opponents 21.
Fed one off the corner. Florida Panthers are doing well. They're up 4-1, 4 straight goals, and Ottawa will send it to center. But no disrespect to the NHL, but now I got to get to the game I'm really interested in. This Duke game. Duke is up by 2 with about 3:50 to go. Okay, good. Against Clemson. I just don't want to confuse people. And a rebound taken by Clemson, no foul. They lead 65-64 with 2:35 left. And they're at the end of the second period at Sunrise, as we said, 4-1. So all the hockey games are in intermission, except for the Wild and the Nashville game. But actually, that might be an intermission as well. but we'll get to that later.
The top 15 in the country. But
We'll probably jump to the Nick game after this if there's time.
that game was the reason they won. He had 20 rebounds. 20 rebounds. That's being a witness fan, man. That's
2:33 left in the second. So here it is, Trent. 2:33 left in the second. 65-64 Clemson with the lead. Number one. Oh, you didn't hear this. Number one Auburn lost today. Trent, I don't know if you knew that. They lost to Florida by 9. So now number one Auburn lost. Number 2 Clemson, or number 2 Duke is losing. The first free throw is good. And number 3 Alabama just started against Arkansas. Oh, that's crazy. I will see that. How about that though, Trent? Do you know about that? Number 1 Auburn losing to Florida today. The number 1 team in the country lost, and the number 2 team, and the number 2 team in the country is losing by 3, but they have the ball. I mean, the Gators are good, Trent. I'll tell you this: the SEC tournament this year is up for grabs. That's anybody's. What big 3? Cooper Flag. He does it again. The number 1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft shows his stuff with a tremendous 3-pointer at the top of the key, and this game is tied. 3-pointer on its way. It's good for Clemson, and they have retaken the lead. How about that? Tigers lead. 1:30 to go in the second. Cooper Flag needs to get to the ball, and they clear out. A 3-pointer for Flag. It is no good. He gets his own rebound. He goes down in a foul. And Duke's already in the bonus. With 1:16 to go in the second. Yeah, I hear him. He's doing a great job. I hope I'm doing a good job, too. Yeah, they are monitoring the Alabama game because, remember, a Clemson win and Alabama likely with a win becomes the number 1 team in the country because Auburn lost to an SEC foe and then Duke would lose. So an Alabama win. But what if John Calipari's Razorbacks can beat Bama, and then you would have, in the span of 4 hours, the top 3 teams in the country losing. But they just started that Alabama game. During commercials, I don't know how much we'll do the Alabama game. I'm really interested in the Nick game, but we'll see what we can do. How much we can watch of it. I don't know what that is. Anyway, they're loving it in Clemson, but free throws for Cooper Flag. First free throw, good. This guy was a guy that played in so many different environments. Obviously played in the national stage at IMG Academy in Florida, but even traveled out to Franklin High School to face Don Bosco Prep last year in a interstate game between IMG Academy and the Ironmen, where he outdueled Dylan Harper. So he has played in crazy environments, and I can tell you that gym in Franklin Township is huge. It's sprawling. This free throw is no good, but the rebound off of Duke. Tigers ball with 1:15 to go. As Malawak could not get the rebound. And Malawak is out with the foul. They called a foul? They called a foul over the back. And he's out of the game. He is fouled out. Kaman Malawak, who only has 3 points in the game, is out with a foul. And because Clemson's also in the bonus, the Tigers, I think, are going to get a couple free throws here. Already up by 2. They are tending to the right calf of Cooper Flag. 70-68 in favor of the Tigers. This is bonus plus, so this is not a 1-1. First free throw, no good. So, well, technically, if he made two, it's still a two-possession game because of 3 and a foul. That is still the same possession. But now it's definitely a one-possession game. He missed both free throws. So Duke gets out of dodge. Cooper Flag with the rebound. Jones driving. Jones, Flag at the top of the key. 1 minute to go in the game. Cooper Flag pulls up from deep. Good! Cooper Flag and the Devils have the lead. 71-70 Duke. Timeout, Clemson. With 52 seconds left. And now Clemson trails 71-70. My goodness, what a basketball game, Trent. And everyone, even though we pay attention to hockey more, this is more hockey. This is crazy. Clemson only now trails by 1. They take a timeout. They'll have the ball. And Cooper Flag guns it home with 52.9 to go in regulation. By the way, the Crimson Tide early in the first half, their lead is only 4 against Arkansas. So, interestingly enough, you know who actually would rise back to number 1? How ironic is this? If Bama does lose, number 1 team is going to be Tennessee. Because Tennessee actually won by double digits today, and they were number 1 for a long time. So, if Clemson comes back and Arkansas also stuns Bama, Tennessee is going to be rewarded a gift. Neil, but no, he's not on YouTube.
So on the other side, is it Chase Hunter who gets
so interesting there.
He had 28 in the triple overtime.
Also, we'll have tip-off very soon between USC and Ohio State in women's. We mentioned it was 10-6 Alabama. It's actually 15-6 Alabama. They're on a bit of a run. Also, the other ranked game going on currently is Mississippi and LSU. Mississippi, the 25th team in the country. 18-17 run Rebels against Louisiana State. Also, some NBA scores, if we will, with some NBA scores. We'll give some scoring updates. 8:40 to go in the fourth quarter. 96-89 San Antonio. 8:40 in the fourth. 112-97 Atlanta. 5:33 to go in the first half. 47-42 Oklahoma City over Memphis. And that was Washington playing Atlanta. 3:20 left in the second. A 13-point lead for Portland. 53-40. 5:51 left in the second quarter. 51-36 Poles. And 4:08 to go in the first. My Knicks are getting throttled. 22-9 Boston. Hunter feeds one back. And the layup is good. Lefty layup good. Tigers lead. 72-71, 38 seconds left. Duke has 1 timeout. Clemson has 1 timeout. So both teams only have 1 timeout to work with here. About an 8-second difference between shot and game clock. 25 seconds left. Flag gives it out to Jones. Jones drives. Jones is blocked. No foul. Clemson's got the ball. Foul on Duke. Free throws coming. But remember, they've been incoherent from the line at times. 21.5 left. The shot clock is off. Free throws coming for the Tigers. What a tremendous block by Lankin. Yeah, it's what a game. This is where college basketball gets awesome. This is where you're going to start seeing me doing college basketball live streams soon. It's going to happen. And I don't mean like doing commercial, like the whole game. Like, it's going to happen. Maybe on some days for Michigan if they make the tournament or the Big Ten tournament. We'll see. 72-71 Tigers. The big Russian Lincoln. The first free throw. No good. He has had problems at the charity stripe. Remember, Duke has a timeout. So does Clemson. 21.5 left. And the problem is if you miss the second, Duke can hold for the final shot. Oh, wow. Dr. Heinen. That's crazy. Second free throw. Good. Timeout. No. Duke has not called a timeout yet. I think they want to bring this up to midcourt. Yeah, they wanted to bring it up to half court. They do, and they take a timeout. Clemson's lead, Trent, is 73-71. Even with the Canucks starting soon, I got to finish this game. 73-71, Clemson. 18.9 left. Remember, Duke has a timeout. Duke trails now only by 2 because the free throw was made. Big thing for Clemson here is if Duke does not hit a shot to win or tie it at the buzzer, Clemson can call a timeout to set up a game-winning play. Not game-tying. The only way it's game-tying is if Duke hits a 3 and for some dumb reason Clemson fouls them. And then Duke hit the free throw. That's the only way that it would be. And it looks also like the college basketball gods give you a great one. Okay, so we're going to have Vital in this game, and it's going to be the game of the year. I mean, this game's been everything. And we will get back to hockey right after this game goes final. The 3 Pettersons are ready. The Canucks are about to drop the puck. We will get to this right after this goes final. I got to do this. I hope you understand, Trent. The Canucks are very close to starting, and I know the Flyers are going on, and there's a lot of hockey, and this is a hockey stream. The second to last day before the break. Trent, I can't not finish this game. This Duke Clemson game is too good. So who's getting the ball? I think we all know who's getting the ball. Number 2 in blue, Mr. Flag. Blue Devils to throw in. They get it to Flag. 15 seconds left. Flag falls down. He traveled. Cooper Flag traveled. He slipped. He slipped on the hardwood. Trent, he turned. He turned on the right calf. That right calf that's been bothering him. He slipped on his own sweat. Went down. Then tried to move. And they called a travel. Tigers ball. Holy Mackinac.
He's standing. And the players come out onto the floor and they're waiting. This was earlier.
He tried to move the ball. Yes, he fell down. By the way, the New York Islanders have a 2-1 lead. They have dropped the puck in Vancouver. If there's a goal, we'll let you know. But we got to finish this game before. And did the Tigers just call timeout? Yes, they have. They've called their last timeout. If this call stands, I believe they will have the ball. 14.7 left in the second. We will send you to Vancouver right after. This calf is this is the story. Now the problem is for Duke, it's a 2-point game, so you don't want to immediately foul because 2 free throws and then you need them to foul. By the way, the Canucks just had a wide open shot from the high slot for Filipino looking for his first goal as a Canuck, and he was robbed, so it stays tied. Boy, have we had some stuff here in basketball on the hardwood and on the ice. Have we had some drama? Still a 1-goal game, I believe, in Philadelphia. No, it's a 2-goal game. They lead 3-1. The Rangers have tied it again, 3-3 in Columbus. The problem with that, though, is Columbus is tremendous in special teams. I can't believe they still aren't in the second period in Buffalo-Nashville, so we'll have a lot of time in that game. All right, so Philly must have just scored. Okay. But right after this, we'll go right that to the hockey, of course. It will be a throw-in for Dylan Hunter. They get it off, and they foul immediately. But this is a 91% free throw shooter for Clemson. Remember, there are no timeouts left in regulation with 14 seconds left. So if he hits both, Duke needs quick points, and then they need the ball back real quick. They might have to foul again. Canucks had another chance. It was blocked. We'll get you there as soon as possible. This is taking so much time, this game.
Duke number 2, Auburn number 1 has already lost today to Florida. Tell you what, if you can pick one guy you want.
First free throw coming for the Tigers, for Hunter. This one, good. It's a 3-point lead. It's 74-71 Clemson. Second coming, and the conferral for the Blue Devils. What do you do if it's a miss? What do you do if it's a make? We can't call a timeout. Remember, we don't have any timeouts left. They don't either. Toronto had a chance as well that went wide. All right, Hunter has his second. This could, I wouldn't say it would sink the Blue Devils, but it would put them in a super precarious position if he gets this second. Hunter, the second. Good. 75-71 Clemson. They're pointing. I think he wanted to take a timeout. Remember, they can't take a timeout. They have none. They trail by 4. Driving down the lane. It's blocked. Rebound. Whose ball? Clemson ball. That might be it. That might be it. It was blocked and it went off a Blue Devil and out. If the possession arrow, if it went off of Clemson, Duke would have had a chance to throw in. But it looks like it now because Clemson leads by 4 with 7.7 left. Duke got a 16-game win streak. It's the longest active. It looks like it's going to be snapped. But the Tigers have had Duke's number. They've won 4 of the last 6 games. Oh, wow, that is crazy in that game. Canucks are waiting for us to come back. We will soon. They have an odd man rush the other way, by the way. But we ain't able to do anything with it. My goodness. 7.9 they officially put on the clock. This is Tigers ball, leading by 4. Problem is then if you're Duke, you need 2 threes, and Duke might be assigned to the fact that they're going to lose because Cooper Flagg's on the bench.
No Cooper Flag on the floor right now.
Throw in for Clemson. Right now, Hunter is going to dribble out of it. He's going to bleed some seconds off the clock. 5.8 left. And more free throws for Hunter. Remember, Duke cannot call any timeouts. So if you're Clemson, especially if you hit both free throws, all you basically have to do is just step on back. Canucks had another tremendous chance on scoring. That game is getting really fun right now. And we'll go right to that very soon, hopefully. Chase Hunter, 2 free throws to extend the lead to 5 or 6.
But that speaks about one of the most undervalued coaches in our game nationally. Brad Brownell doing a tremendous job with this
Here's
team.
the funny thing. If somehow Duke comes back, I don't think that flag can play the rest of regulation because when is there going to be a dead ball? Hunter the first. Good. Lead is 5. 76-71. Second coming. And this could do it. And this could do it. Hunter, another. Hunter. The second coming. And they're going to blast everybody. All the crowd coming in. By the way, the Canucks just made a huge save. The second is good with 5.8 left. Duke need 2 threes. They need 2 threes. Flag's not on the court. Baseball pass. No, he is now. Flag for 3. It's off the rim. It's no good. It's rebounded by Clemson. Tigers win. Tigers win. They storm the court. Clemson has knocked off the number 2 team in the nation. They beat Duke 77-71. The top 2 teams in the country lose on the same day. Tremendous. Let's go to Vancouver. Canucks in the defensive zone. Yes, it is final, Trent. Clemson has knocked off the number 2 team in the country, 77-71. And so now, if the score holds with Alabama, they'll be the new number 1 team in the country. If they lose, it goes back to Tennessee. How about that? Marner lost the puck. It's Kiefer Sherwood in the offensive zone. Drop pass. Bad one, Jake DeBrus. Save made by Wall. And it's through the skates. Pettersson goes down. Elias. And it's out the red line. The Canucks will slink it in. Philip Ronick. Ronick delays. Ronick drop pass. And it's Pettersson at the wall. There's a drive. And it's barnstormed off the glass. Whenever he chipped it right back out behind Wall. Besser may have overstrode himself. This is a rolling puck, and it comes off the red line. Chipped and chased, and Heatle streaks in at the red line. Heatle gets the give and go. Heatle a drive. Blocked again. Heatle again. Blocked again. Toronto gets it off. And a break. Nylander holds. He's poke checked. Poke checked by the Canuck goaltender. Freed one off the corner wall. This is unbelievable. Nylander had a break, and it was poke checked by the Canuck goalie. The puck is out of play. 12:39 to go in the third, and we're tied at 1. Oh, my word. Lankinen poke checked the puck away from Nylander. He was trying to go 5-hole, and we stay even. Tremendous. All right. Where do we go now? Let's go. Let's go to St. Louis. We haven't been there in a while. 4-4 our score with 11:13 to go in the third. Hey, they have climbed back up to the amount of time here. Puck off the corner, a break for St. Louis. Neighbors stood off the hit. Chipped one on back, and it goes off the blue line and down the red line. Nick Leddy. Freed one ahead for the Blues. It's a turnover, and it's Leddy. Will actually move to Philadelphia if that game has less time in it. I don't know which one does. Fed one, and it's chopped aside. No, this has less time in it. Puck off the corner, Blues back out at the red line. They will sink it in. The rest of those 7 o'clock games as well. Still tied with the Rangers and Columbus. Here come the Blues, Buchnevich. Buchnevich fighting and forcing it through on Seth Jones. We have a tie game here. We have a tie game in BC. Also a tie game in Columbus. And a tie game in Nashville. Buffalo scored 2 unanswered. So as that one fed through, Thomas delays. He dropped it off again. Thomas try to keep it in, the Blues do, and it's deflected aside, and we are going to go back to BC. The only other ranked game just started, 7-2 Ohio State in at USC. Also, 22-18, 10-40, 6:57 to go in the first half. Alabama's lead against Arkansas, Trent. Remember we talked about the number 3 team. If they win, they're going to be number 1 in the country. They are only up by 3 with 5:10 to go in the first half against Arkansas. So interesting there. Remember, this is a John Calipari team, and they're very well coached and they play well. Fed one towards the net. Save made by Woll, and Heathel couldn't bang it in with 1:35 left in the Canuck power play. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. And there should be some NBA games that are final. No, but there is drama in Disney World. 109-108. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. San Antonio leads in Orlando. 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter. 125-111 Atlanta in DC. We'll get to the other. Also, Portland and Oklahoma City are up at half, and they're about to go to halftime in Chicago. They just did. Bulls are up by double digits as well. Knicks are trailing by double digits. It barely went through by Woll. The Canucks nearly scored. 1:05 to go on the man advantage. Right hash, drop pass, comes out to the point. Fell up a drive, and he missed the net. He's had a goal today. Connor Garland. Connor is hit by Nyes. Phillip keeps it in. Delays. Connor Garland. Score! Connor Garland! And the Canucks have the lead. They say Brock Besser tipped it. He did. Brock Besser with a masterful deflection, and the Canucks have gotten the lead back. What net front presence by Brock Besser. Dakota Joshua went to the net as well. And a beautiful feed. And a snipe for Brock Besser and the Canucks, who have not trailed, retake the lead. It's 2-1. 11:04 to go in the hockey game. 2-1 Canucks. What are they looking at here? They are trying to see if Woll was interfered with. That would have been dumb to say. He was not. It is a goal. It is a power play goal. And it is 2-1 Canucks with the lead again. Canucks beat Toronto back in Toronto, open for the season sweep. And barring that 1 year in 2020 where the Canucks were nailed by the Leafs most times, but to be fair, the Leafs were the best team in the division. And the Canucks did have some games that went well against the Leafs that year, even though the Canucks did not have a good season at all. The Canucks have usually and ironically, since the Sundin departure from Toronto, they usually have had a lot of success against Toronto. Jake DeBrusk shoots it back in, and these teams did also meet in a playoff series 31 years ago when the Maple Leafs were in the Western Conference and the Canucks beat them in 5 games in the old Pacific Coliseum to eventually advance to the Stanley Cup Final. About 10 minutes to go in the third. This puck dotted back into the Toronto zone. Canucks change. Tanev with it, going very slow with the puck. Chicago, by the way, has taken the lead in St. Louis. Remember, they led 2-0 at one point in this game. And we have icing, I believe. Ice. No, it went out of play. 9:50 to go in the third. 2-1 Canucks. All right, we'll go to break. And we will go to Chicago. St. Louis is good, but let's go to Philadelphia. You thought of something hilarious? What is it? Okay, Flyers will storm it on through. There's a penalty coming up. It is going to be against the Penguins. And here we go. It'll be a Flyers power play up by a goal. 7:41 to go. They're going to go to break. So let's go back to St. Louis. 7:45 to go in the third, and it's the Blackhawks on the power play, leading by a goal. Elias, I think it's spelled a little bit differently, but would not be hilarious. Also, I don't think he was acquired in trade, so I don't think he can be. I'm pretty sure he can't be traded again. Teravainen comes right back up at the red line. Teuvo Teravainen again. Delays, swings one Bertuzzi. Tyler Bertuzzi chips it off the far side. This puck comes right off the stick, and it'll slink its way back down and clear for the Blues. Jones back with it. Jones, a nice spinning pass over to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi drop pass at the blue line again. Blackhawks, there's Bedard. Bedard, Jones, Bertuzzi, Teravainen. Freed one back out to Jones. Jones to Bedard. Bedard back to Jones. They play catch. Jones to Bedard. Bedard. He's checked, and he can't keep the puck in the zone. They're back at the red line, and Jones will slink in. Bedard stays in. Speeds up at the red line. He'll tag up as it is shot in by Donato again, and then we're back in BC as this one comes right off at the left circle, and it's dropped along. Toronto gets it back out to center. They'll shoot on in. Let's monitor. Let's update you on those NBA games that should now be final, and also we'll let you know about the Ranger game too. The Magic win it 112 to 111. They trailed for pretty much the whole game, but they somehow found a late surge and they beat the Spurs. Atlanta beats Washington 125 to 111. That did not have a lot of luster in it. And also they have tipped off in Phoenix 20 to 18, Denver by 2, and it's still 49-33 Celtics. Boston 5:52 left in the second. Excuse me. 5:06 left in the third, by the way, in Columbus. It is still 3-3 between the Rangers and the Blue Jackets. There's a sharp shot and a save made. There was some contact. They did not call anything. Marner comes right back out. And Matthews turned the puck over back into the Toronto's own zone. Yes, all the Pedersons. Very funny. Nylander. And they have found their way back with the clock right around this game with the Panthers and Ottawa. It's only about like a minute and a half left in that game. And after all the 7 o'clock games are done, we will go right to the Nashville game. There's a shot by McCabe, and it hits the glass. Tavares gets it right back from Nylander. Tavares almost runs into Nylander. It's picked. Dakota Joshua trying to free a man, breaking. And he goes off the stick check. And is taken down. They're not calling a penalty. The stick was high to the face. None of the sold out Crowd here likes that. Nylander shoot save made, and the puck was sticked aside. He kicked it out for a wide open rebound, but the Canucks steered it away, as that was Carson Soucy. And right now, Jake DeBrusk is trying to run through a wall, skate through a wall. That's the way things are going. By the way, 8:01 left in the second. It is 3-1 Islanders still against the Wild. Not what you want. So during the commercials, probably with the national game, we're likely going to go to the basketball. Yeah. Skimmed up at the blue line and shot in. 6:20 to go in the game. 24 shots for Toronto. We have 24 as well. Here's Teddy Bluger, left circle. Teddy drops it off, fed to Besser. Teddy's shot is blocked. Storm went through, and Wall had to kick the pad out. That puck went to him. And this shot hits the mesh. 6:02 to go in the third. And they're not going to break yet. Still 2-1 Canucks. Well, the Chicago-St. Louis game has gone inside 5 minutes. Chicago leading by a goal. Oh, a big goal for Freddie Gaudreau. And midway through the second period, the Wild have a goal. It is 3-2 New York. Only a 1-goal game. So that's good. There's a shot from the pad, and it's falling down was Woll. He went into the butterfly, and the puck nearly went in. Would have been 3-1. But instead, he makes the save, and it's still only a 1-goal game. And that's the story of this game, is that the Canucks have outplayed the Leafs, and Toronto has stayed in this game. They've stayed in it. They did get a goal, and it is 2-1, though, thanks to the power play goal by Brock Besser. Marcus Pettersson fed it right back out. Here's Pettersson again. Marcus has a man breaking. That's Elias. Elias drop pass. Oh, what a chance that was for Pius Suter. 2 Petterssons and nearly a goal. Marcus to Elias, and Pius had a chance, and that was stopped. But here comes Toronto, and backhanding it high and hard into the zone is Nylander. In fact, Besser with the goal. That is the only forward to score a goal in this game. Delayed offside against us. 4:50 to go in the third. Now this is inside 5 minutes. Fed one back in this game, kind of speeding along. So we'll have to figure out to where we go next after this. And are you kidding me? St. Louis is tied it. We are tied at 5 with 4:14 left in Scott Trade, or whatever they call it now. Enterprise Center. I don't even know what they call the building now in St. Louis. And I've been by that rink, and I don't even know what they call it. Puck is out of play with 4:20 left in the third. Toronto is getting closer to their twilight. That puck also hit the post when Woll went down, but it's still 2-1. Canucks going to break. All right, where do we go? I know Philly's doing some stuff, but we got to go Chicago, St. Louis. There's no question right now. We got to go there. This game is tied at 5. Under 5 minutes left. Another, I don't know what they're doing here.
Back in St. Louis, it seemed like 2 of my, I saw 3 of them, granddaughters. Yeah. And we got to see them skate. Look at the nice pink skates that they got. Right there. Charlie and Hadley and
back up at center, and the Blackhawks win the draw. And oh my goodness, a shot from center ice that nearly went in. It went off Binnington, who was not looking at the puck. You gotta keep your eye on the puck. Blues bank it in. Here's Buchnevich. Thomas chases him. Seth Jones. And the puck's out of play with 3:51 to go. 5-5 in St. Louis between the Blackhawks and the Blues. Let's monitor Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Trent, I assume you're watching Philadelphia and Pittsburgh with bated breath. Right now I see 4:54 left on the clock. Flyers 3, Penguins 2. There's a minute 54 in Nationwide Arena. Still tied at 3 between the Blue Jackets and the Rangers. That's a tie game. There's a tie game in St. Louis. It's still tied in Tennessee. We'll have the third, maybe the second, possibly with Nashville and Buffalo. But we want to conclude Florida, Ottawa, obviously the Canuck game, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and they're back in BC. So we get back here just a hair over 4 minutes. Lankinen is 5-5-4. He's in a 2.8 goalie average at home this season. Tuck this one wire down. It might have also hit the official. Not sure about that. Puck comes back out at the red. And it's fed on the backhand. Toronto trying to slink it on through. And backhander by Garland. It's stopped by Woll. The puck is behind the net. They should never have frozen it. That puck was behind the net. The referee is not, this line judge is not seeing the puck as quickly as they probably should be. Because that puck was behind the net. And the Canucks had it, and they blew it dead because he thought it was under the goaltender. But they do blow the whistle. 3:57 to go in the third. And we wonder when Toronto puts on the extra man. Canucks shoot it wide. Jake DeBrusk with the puck, though. Kiefer Sherwood trying to bump it back off. It comes at the red. Here comes Toronto. Morgan Riley. Slipped one on back. Tapped at it. Delayed one shot wide. It goes wide. And it's slinked on the backhand, and it's Nyes. Nyes right out. Ekman Larson. Penalty coming up. It's on the Canucks. Oh, no. Toronto's going to the power play. Remember, they scored right after their power play ended last time. And they're going to the power play, and they can put 6-on-4 if they'd like. Marner having trouble with it. Here's Matthews. Referee's hand is still up. 3:15 and change to go in the third period. 2-1 Canucks. Toronto is going to go on the power play unless they score right here. Ekman Larson. There's a shot. Save made. Rebound. Puck goes high. It goes out of play with 3:02 to go. And the Canucks are going to be shorthanded for the majority of regulation. And I think Marcus Pettersson is going in the box. Going to the box, sorry. You wonder if they call a timeout. We were also seeing what's going on in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh had the puck a couple times in the offensive zone, and they trail by 1. Even though Philadelphia nearly scored. We have a update at halftime in I think Little Rock. I think that's where they play. It is Alabama, but only by 6 at the half. Crimson Tide 40, Razorbacks 34. So put them on upset watch. Arkansas is only down by 6 against Bama. So you can see the top 3 teams losing possibly, although Alabama does still lead. And the Leafs will get the puck right back and motor at the red line here on this power play. Extra man is not on the ice yet. It's still 5-on-4. We'll see when they decide to bring a 6-on-4 if possible. Nylander on the drop pass, and we nearly get another zone and do. Off the red line, trying to poke check it aside. 2:30 to go in the third. Joseph Woll stumps it back out. And Marner brings it ahead. By the way, some scoring updates. 8:34 left in the third. It's Oklahoma City beating Memphis. 6:42 to go in the third. It's 71-64 Portland. Also 82-65 Oklahoma City. 72-55 Chicago against Golden State in the third. 1:31 left in the first half. 59-41 Boston. There's a shot for Matthews. Oh, Lankinen! What a stop with the glove. Austin Matthews with 1:57 left in the game had a chance to tie the game, And Lankinen with a tremendous save, and he keeps it 2-1 Canucks. Unbelievable. And also winning first quarter Suns Denver. Wow. By the way, I'm noticing that Pittsburgh has taken a timeout in that game. Let's see what is going on in Columbus. The Rangers won it late in regulation. Oh, how perfect this is for Red Wings fans. Yes, the loss in regulation. But not only do the Rangers win the game, but they win it in regulation time, which means, added that in Boston, the Red Wings stay in the final spot at the break. And if the Panthers are able to finish off Ottawa in regulation, and they're winning right now 4-1 with 3:38 to go, the Red Wings will come out of the break with a chance to take over the first wild card spot, only 1 point behind Ottawa. How crazy that is. So the Rangers beat Columbus, yes, in the Tortorella game, 4-3. Nashville, by the way, has broken the tie late in the second. And the Wild have tied it at 3. How about that? From 3-1 down, the Wild have tied it to 3. Unfortunately, we can't do that game as I'd like to. That would be the focus, not the Nashville Buffalo game, but yet that is the focus because of how things go with copyright, with blacked out restrictions. Puck back out to Marner, extra attacker. It's still 6-on-4. Minute 38 left in the second. In the third, fed one back down, trying to look for it. By the way, they're going to overtime in St. Louis. Marner back to Matthews. Matthews over to Tavares. Deflected, save made. Puck comes across, and Toronto keeps it in. Marner, 15 seconds left in the power play. A minute 15 in the game. Tavares, shot saved by Lankinen. Rebound loose. Lankinen made the save again, and Myers kicked it to his own stick. And by the way, Minnesota's just taking the lead. Wild taking the lead. Yakov Trenin, 4-3. What a comeback for them. Toronto, hopefully they don't have a comeback. It's spotted. The Canucks send it all the way down to the empty net. Wide. But now I think it'll be icing. Marcus Pettersson had a chance to put it in the empty net and it was blocked because Marcus won the battle for it. The Canucks have killed off the penalty. Marcus had a chance to put it away, and two Leafs put sticks in the lane. And Marcus was coming right out of the box. Toronto sends it in. Matthews left hash. 35 seconds left. 6-on-5 for Toronto. It's spotted at the red line. Marner banks it in. There's Philip Ronick. Was a goal in this game. He's shelved. Slams it down the dasher and all the way down. Is it enough for icing? No. No icing. 15 seconds left in the third. Canucks by 1. Here's Nylander. Tries to go by 1. Nylander comes out behind. Nylander, a backhander, hit the side of the net. 6 seconds left. Now 5. Now 4. 3. The Canucks try to get it out. Marner's shot is blocked. Couldn't get it to center. Canucks win! The Canucks have won it 2-1 off the strength of their goaltender. They mob him. He was not supposed to play. Thatcher Demko played. He got hurt. Hopefully he'll be okay after the break, but the Canucks are going into the, I guess you'd call it the All-Star break, because that's essentially what it is, with a win, and they, even with a loss, I believe we're going to stay in the final playoff spot. Actually, not sure. Calgary might have had a tiebreaker, but they get the win, so now they for sure know that they are in a playoff spot, going to the All-Star break. The Canucks win it 2-1. All right, let's go to the next game. Where should we go here? Philadelphia. Let's see. Is that game over? Has that game been decided? Yes, Philadelphia has won 3-2. I know there's a minute 30 left in the third, but we got to go to this overtime game in Chicago. I don't even know why the Stars Sharks game's coming up. Isn't that a 10 o'clock start? Yeah, I don't know why that's coming up there. I guess they're getting ready for it. 2:45 left in overtime. Blues and Blackhawks. Also, they are at the end of the second between the Wild and the New York Islanders. We're monitoring what's going on with Florida as well. Blues bring it up. Fed one. Holloway, save made. And that puck is deflected off the corner. Crossed on back to Holloway. Holloway delays. Holloway looking at the blue line. There's a shot. Save made. Deflected. Tipped. And Soderblom, does he hold? He does. With 2:13 left in overtime. Anton Lundell has just made it 5-1. And the Panthers are cooking with tremendous gas right now. There's a minute 22 left in the game. It's 5 straight for the Panthers. And besides Detroit's loss, their day keeps getting better. You imagine if they had won with all this help? Oh, that would have been in a great spot. Thomas lost the draw. Chicago will keep it here, and they have trailed. So has St. Louis. This has been one of those just ridiculously crazy games. Blackhawks skated ahead to the red line. Finally, apparently, the game is over. The half is over between the first half is done between the Knicks and the Boston. For Boston's hot start, it's not a terrible deficit. I believe it's 13. It's not bad. Knicks have kind of found their legs in that game. Here's a break for Shen. Shen in overtime behind the net. Shen sends it out to center, and the Blues have to tag up. A minute 20 left in overtime. Swung one off the blue line, and that's Buchnevich off the corner. Buchnevich right down the red line as well. Drop pass, Buchnevich. Pavel Buchnevich behind the net. Even if the Dallas games will be going on, we'll probably just stick to basketball if we can during commercials for that Nashville-Buffalo game. Yes, we'll be doing Nashville-Buffalo as well of the third period and conclusion of the second if we have time for that. Shot by Shen is stopped again. 50 seconds left in overtime. Chicago trying to build their rush here. Both teams have already gotten a point. Wow, really? Ersson saved both? That's crazy. 19 seconds left in that game. And here comes Chicago. Bedard trying to feed one through. Bedard had the pass blocked off. Fed one right off the corner, and it's back to Seth Jones at the red. Seth Jones delays, waits, and tries to tow it up again. Kyrou, and now 15 seconds left. Here's the chance for St. Louis. Here comes Foligno on the drop pass. A shot save made. Puck comes off the corner, and now the last chance for Chicago. Fed one. Seth Jones fakes. He missed the net. He had a wide open net, and he missed it. Tried to go to the backhand. He went to the forehand mistakenly, and we're going to a shootout. If he goes to the backhand, the Blackhawks win because the net was wide open. He was wide open, but he had to go to the backhand. Nazar comes through, and Seth Jones, I think, wanted to go to the backhand, but he slipped to the forehand, and he never was able to get it across, and we're going to a shootout in St. Louis between the Blues and the Blackhawks. And by the way, it is over. The Panthers have won the game 5-1 over Ottawa. And they will go to a shootout. There's a minute 42 left in the second between Nashville and Buffalo, a game that will feature at the end. Minute 24 now, they say. 4-3 Preds. Hawks are 1-1 in the shootout. St. Louis had first pick of who wanted to go first. Let's see who does. I see Soderblom in his position, which would lead me to believe the Blues are shooting first, but I also see Binnington on this angle. Let's see who it is going to be. St. Louis, they did elect to shoot first. Jake Neighbors will go first for the Blues. He is 2 for 2. He also had the shootout winner against the Vegas Golden Knights. Here is Neighbors going wide. Shoots, and it's stopped by Soderblom. The first time this year that Neighbors is stoned in the neighborhood, and he is. And so Chicago gets the advantage now. They can take the lead with a goal by sophomore superstar Connor Bedard. I guess so. Here is Bedard swinging in on goal. Connor Bedard fakes, delays, save, Binnington. He closed the 5-hole, and Bedard never tried to go upstairs. And so advantage St. Louis. They'll go back to their shooter with a chance to take the lead with the second shooter for the Blues. And he almost got him to gap up on the 5-hole, though. Here comes Braden Shen. He had some good chances in overtime. He's 1 of 2 this year in the shootout. Shen delays, backhander score! Soderblom got moved way out of position. He delayed and put the backhand home. The Blues lead in the shootout. What a play by Shen. And now Chicago has a chance with a guy that won a Stanley Cup for the Blackhawks in 2015, Teuvo Teravainen. Trying to tie it up. Backhand, forehand, beautiful goal. Teuvo Teravainen, Turbo, has tied the shootout. What a play for Teravainen, by the way. I know it still says Canucks, but we're doing this game during the intermission, and also we'll do the third period of Nashville and Buffalo. We will do basketball and intermissions, by the way, for Nashville and Buffalo. Dylan Holloway weaves in for the Blues. Holloway fakes, backhander saves Soderblom, and the Blackhawks win it with a goal. What a glove stop by Soderblom as he stops Dylan Holloway on the backhand. Actually, he got it in the right pad with the left one stuck in. And Ryan Donato with a huge goal in the first period. He had an assist in the first period. He had the best first period of any Blackhawk. He has had his moments in this game, and he'd be a fitting guy to win it. He can win it. He weaves in by the Blues bench. Donato deeks, delays, fakes, deeks, backhander. Try to twist almost a quasi-Forsberg move, and Binnington stops him. We go to extras. Ryan Donato, what a chance for the Blackhawks. And yet he was stopped there. And it's going to be Jordan Kyrou. He speeds in the 4th round. Kyrou deeks, shoots, saves Soderblom. And the Blackhawks again can win it with a goal. What a play by Jordan Kyrou, but just a tremendous glove save by Soderblom. Here is Craig Smith to win it for the Blackhawks. Craig Smith shoots, glove save, Binnington. We go to the 5th round. This is insane. What a shootout. A glove save by Binnington he may not have seen. But if he didn't judge right, Blackhawks might have won. Several chances the Blackhawks could have won it. You know, if you keep on giving chances and you don't capitalize on them, hockey gods stick it to you. Here's Robert Thomas. He could do the job, but a save by Soderblom. And once again, the Blackhawks can win it with a goal. It's getting repetitive. Robert Thomas is stoned by the blocker side. I might have been a paddle. No, left toe save. And now here comes Lucas Reichel to win it for the Blackhawks. Reichel steps in, shoots, save, Binnington. We go to round 6. I think the record all time is 19 rounds set by the Panthers and the Caps back in, I think, 2014. And we're a ways from that, but this has got to be one of the longer shootouts of the year. This has to be. It's almost like you just don't want this game to end. 5-5 to score, but 1-1 only in the shootout. Pavel Buchnevich fakes, delays, saves Soderblom. And once again, Chicago, yes, they can win it. My goodness, Soderblom with a beautiful chest save there on Pavel Buchnevich. Here comes the rookie Nazar. Now remember, Nazar had the feed, the pass in overtime. Here's Nazar. Slots in. Nazar fakes. He missed the net. And we go to the 7th round. Oh my goodness. Round 7. He misses the net trying to go glove side. And the Blues have a tremendous chance here. Zach Bolduc. Bolduc shoots, save, Soderblom. Again. A save with the paddle. And what a play. He thought about deking, but he just shot it right to the glove of Soderblom. And here comes Chicago again, a save, and we go to the 8th round. Ilya Mikheyev. He's become a journeyman. Mikheyev left circle. Slots in. Shoots. Save, Binnington. 8 rounds. We go to 8 rounds of the shootout. You have any thought on this, Trent? You have any thought on this? An 8-round shootout so far. Here comes the man on his birthday, I think it's his 31st birthday, Nathan Walker from Sydney, Australia. Walker saves Soderblom with the stick. And the Hawks can win with a goal here right off the blocker. Patrick Maroon in his hometown. Patrick Maroon is going to weave in. Delay, right circle. Maroon, save, Binnington. His old teammate stones him, and we go to the 9th round. We're going to be in Bridgestone for the 3rd period. This game's still going to be going on. My goodness. Matthew Joseph, what a young, good player he is. Matthew Joseph weaves, shoots, and he missed the net. Here's Nick Foligno. His brother playing for St. Louis as well, Marcus. Here's Nick Foligno weaving in. Foligno shoots. Save, Binnington with the glove, and we go to the 10th round. It was the 20th round that Florida-Washington went to. Here is Radek Faksa. Backhander score! It got through Soderblom, and the Blues will win with a save. Radek Faksa, how did he get that through? But he did. And the Blackhawks must tie it. Tyler Bertuzzi has to score. If he doesn't, Blues win. A comeback. Bertuzzi fakes. Backhander, he missed the net. He had Binnington down and he missed the net. And the Blues win the game in 10 rounds of the shootout. Oh my goodness. This game finally comes to a close. I don't know how long this game is in the echelon of shootouts. But how funny was that? Tyler Bertuzzi, he had the goal, but as it's been, Chicago's had chances in this game with wide open nets, and they couldn't hold the puck through. They had a chance to do it in the final seconds in overtime, and they had a chance to tie it in the shootout and send it to 11 rounds, but instead they were unable to, and the Blues win it eventually 6-5 in the 10th round of the shootout, thanks to that man, Radek Faksa. What a win for the Blues. They needed it against Chicago, and Chicago gave it all. All right. We got the Nashville game, so that's the main one to pay attention to, right? Yeah. So are they already in the third? I think we are in the third for Nashville and Buffalo, so that's what we are doing now. So this will be if again. Oh no, they're in intermission. They're in intermission. They're just showing it. Okay, so let's score updates here, and we'll go to basketball too. Let's go to college. Oh, there's actually college hockey on right now. We could do that. Let's see how much time's left in this game. 14:57 left in the third. Michigan State, second in the country, is beating Michigan. I just have to at the pizza box actually right now. Maybe later we'll go to that. I want to go to that college basketball game, the Alabama game. Give me a second to get there, though. I gotta get there. I mean, maybe we'll do the second half of the Nick game. I guess we could do that. They are, yeah, they started that. Let's. I want to do games that are like later, that late time. How much time's left in the Alabama Arkansas game? Let's see. They're early in the second. There's time there. Yeah, we'll go to the Nick game. Both these kind of have about the same amount of time left. Okay, so 61-49. Josh Hart, second free throw is no good, and it's rebounded by Tatum. Tatum gives it to White. White at the top of the key. We got to get off the screen. Jalen gets off the screen. Jalen tries to guard Tatum. Here's Carl. Back out to White for three. Good. 64-49 Boston. Here's Jalen. Jalen Brunson rolls right in. And the foul! He banks it in. And the foul. And Jalen is going to have a chance for a three-point play just after they hit the three. So a chance to basically take the points back for the Knicks. And Jalen hits the first free throw. This time in the game. You know what? We are going to go to that Alabama game because I find that more intriguing because of everything that was going on today. So 16:43 in the second to Arkansas. It is 47-40 in favor of the Crimson Tide. How did the shootout end? Oh, you missed it? 10 rounds. Roddick Foxa gets the winner. We're waiting for the third period to start with Nashville Buffalo. So right now we're doing Arkansas Alabama and cruising in and getting it to go for the Crimson Tide. They lead by 9. They will become the number 1 team in the country most likely with a win here over Calipari's Razorbacks. Here's Arkansas with it. Davis at the right corner. Davis swings it up. Top of the key. Off the rim. Without low and taken by Alabama now. Tries to get the screen from Amarui. The graduate senior from Rutgers and Roselle Catholic, and the layup is good. Good screen by Cliff Amarui. He's a strong defensive player. Arkansas trailing by 11. Top of the key, tries the post up. Goes high post. And the miniature skyhook is in and out. And Bama's starting to go on a run right now. Fakes the three-pointer from the left corner. Drives in again. Spots it out, top of the key. Long three, in and out, rebounded by the Razorbacks. They need this. They trail by 11. Yeah, Calipari's just went to the. We got to push it. Make sure you guys move the ball around. Three-pointer is no good. Rebounds. Got to get rebounds. That's his big thing as well. Driving towards the basket. Up and no good. And a foul. And Calipari's not happy about that. A foul up against Arkansas. Stevenson went down. They are going to break them. Let's go. Let's go back to MSG. So tomorrow, actually, again, I'm not streaming, but I didn't know there is a big primetime basketball game. Well, somewhat primetime on the Super Bowl. It's Philadelphia, and I just missed it. I think Milwaukee. Yes, Milwaukee. And free throw good. So the Knicks now, also like Arkansas, trail by 11. Yes. They're getting close to starting it the third period in Nashville. We'll have that. Tatum steps in. Tatum driving. Tatum finger roll, no good. Dunked home. Cornette skied high to dunk it. And a three-pointer for Jalen is good! Jalen Brunson from downtown sinks a three-pointer, and the Knicks are within 10. 68-58 Boston. Here's White. White, floater, no good. Carl, can he keep it in? No. Boston ball. And Boston brings in a new big. Garnett is out. They're trying to rotate their bigs. That's the problem with the Knicks. They don't have a lot of size right now in this lineup. This lineup is very small. The biggest guy is Cat. Carl is not a prototypical center at all. Right to Jaylen Brown for the fadeaway. It is no good. Carl with the rebound. We're going. We're going fast. Here's McHale. McHale, top of the key. McHale, crossover. Back to Carl. Carl runs by. Carl dunks it home. There's the former St. Joseph Metuchen Falcon slamming it to the rim. A timeout called by Boston. Boston 8. Knicks Boston 68, Knicks 60. 8:52 to go in the third. What a game at the Garden. All right, they're ready to go in Nashville, everybody. And so the trivia question: Nashville Spec Arena, 8th round pick of the 04 draft. Pierce Cruz 369 wins. Only one goaltender drafted in a higher round has more wins. Who is he? Marty Brodeur? Or is he saying a Nashville goaltender? Oh, Hasek. Oh, meaning drafted lower. I didn't understand what they meant by that. I see. Because I was going to say, Marty was the first round pick. I don't know what they're talking about. But that's what they meant by that. Fed one back out, and we are starting, yes, but the third period, Buffalo, Nashville. After the conclusion of this game, we're going to go off the air, and I don't know the next time I'll see you guys. Maybe the first Europe Classic or whatever they're calling it, 4 countries game, but can't be positive about that. Fed one into that neutral zone. It's passed out to Smith. Smith out behind the net. Smith looking for it for Nashville, and Buffalo's going to slink the pass, coming right back out at the blue line. Fed one aside, and by the way, we're going to give a new update here because there is hockey on. That's college, so let me see the other scores going on right now with that. They obviously wouldn't do that, but let me dream. Winnipeg acquires Lawton Ristolainen for Neil Pionk. Yeah, that's maybe in the off season. That's a bunch of cap dumps. Jets actually wouldn't mind letting go of Pionk, to be honest with you. I didn't see Velarde. Oh, that's no. They're gonna build with Velarde. That's a ridiculous trade. But they get rid of what's it called? That one fed through and slipped aside. So we got those college hockey scores for you. Only top 25, obviously, with everything else we do. 9th, UConn technically upset number 8 UMass Lowell 5-4 in overtime. Maine upset 7th Providence. Well, actually, no, sorry. Maine was 6th in the country. Let me get that back up. I missed it. Give me a second. As 17:40 to go in the third. Nashville leading by 1. Buffalo moves it. Dahlin slinks off the blue line. Sends one looking for Zucker. Left circle. Zucker a shot. Save made. Puck tipped aside. And the Predators up by 1. Dahlin shoots it back into the zone. There's a stoppage of play. No, Maine beat Providence 1-0 in overtime. Not an upset. The third team in the country, Western Michigan, 6-1 all over St. Cloud State. 11th Ohio State, 5-1 all over Notre Dame. And an upset in overtime for a surging Arizona State team, 12th in the country. A stunning upset in Denver, at home, 6-5 over Denver in overtime. That is stunning. New Hampshire also is downed by Merrimack, 6-5, although that I don't think was in time. Let me see. That was not in overtime. Clarkson also upsets Quinnipiac, number 14th in the country, 3-2 in overtime. Penn State, unranked Penn State, upsets 17th ranked Wisconsin 6-2. 15th Minnesota State beats Augustana from South Dakota 2-1, and North Dakota beats 16th in the country, beats Colorado College 3-1. So we got upsets in college basketball. We got a lot of upsets in college hockey. 16:40 to go in the third. After this game goes final, we will be going off the air, by the way. There are 3 more games coming up later, however, along with the Minnesota game that's playing right now. And that is Dallas against San Jose, Seattle against Calgary in the nightcap, Anaheim hosting Los Angeles in the Battle of Orange County. Fed one, and here comes Nashville, tries to chip it back into the zone. It comes out into the Buffalo defensive zone. Connor Clifton, the New Jersey native, tried to get it out. He could not. Nashville attempting to bank it off the far side. And it's chipped, battling out for the puck. By the way, we're not going to the hockey games in a commercial. We're just going to other basketball. Called you Josh again. Trent, we might do college hockey. I might think about that Michigan State-Michigan game, but I'm likely just going to stick with some of the basketball games. This puck just goes far wide, right over a lifted stick of a Nashville Predator. Puck towards the net. Nashville leads 4-3. They scored late in the second. Fed one at the side of the net. Crossed through. The net moved a little bit, but it's back on its moorings. Left hash. Drop pass. High slot. Shot blocked aside. Forsberg tries to go get it, and Buffalo backhands it off the corner. Tage Thompson, but the Sabres still can't get it out of the zone. And now Zucker turns it over, but now they slip it right back to the red line. And it comes right out to the bumper. Owen Power, and they're going to go take a change. Power drops off the left hash. Sabres spin and try to cross one towards the net. Nothing doing there. Fed one at the right hash. Turnaround shot. Stopped by Saros. Comes at the boards. Power on the give and go, and he lost the puck, and Nashville gets it to the red line. Predators send it in. Gustav Nyquist, former second-round draft pick of the Detroit Red Wings. Rolling puck. Shot save made. Deflected. It's tipped aside. It comes off the corner, and Buffalo tries to break it in, and now they got a 2-on-1 the other way. As the man breaking in, Zucker just missed Jason Zucker's stick, and so that 2-on-1 did not work, but they keep the puck in the offensive zone. Not for long. Nashville takes it. Missions, delays, shot, save made, rebound, backhander, and it goes over the goal. Buffalo trying to get it out to center. They do to the red line, and the Sabres change everybody. Nashville dumps in. They want to make some changes as well. And here comes Rasmus Dahlin along the red line. He'll bank in, backhand a second time after it was blocked, and it deflects back in the Nashville zone. No, I wouldn't agree with that about Pionk. No, I don't think he really has what it takes. Puck comes right off the glove. A Nashville Predator took a spill, and we have a whistle. It is going to be a hold, and it's going to be on Buffalo. Nashville is going to the power play. Several chances. That tip that went over the goal, it hit the crossbar. All right, where do we go now? Let's go to... Let's go to the Nick game again. Wait till that Alabama-Arkansas game has less time in it. All right, free throws coming in a game that is a lot closer. The deficit is 6 for the Knicks. 5:50 to go in the third. White will have free throws. The first, got it, for Boston. The Knicks are third in the East, and Boston is second. Boston is 36-16. The Knicks are 34-17. A Knick win would put them a half game behind second place in the East and first place in the division. Because remember that 2 of the best 3 teams in the Eastern Conference play in the same division. Jalen Brunson. Jalen gets off the block. Jalen fed it back out for 3. No good. Carl gets the rebound, and he went out of bounds. So Pritchard's going to come in for Boston. It's, again, not what you want. Let's update some scores. We haven't done a good job of that. We are back in Nashville, but we'll just hold this possession. They're not done in Memphis yet. 110-98 Oklahoma City, 98-93 Minnesota. Oh, 98-93 Minnesota. Wow, Minnesota has come back to the lead against Portland. 9:47 left in the fourth. It's a 10-point lead now for Golden State. So they came back against Chicago. And they're at the halftime, 63-55. Phoenix and Denver, and 8:38 to go in the first quarter. Early, 10-4 New Orleans in Sacramento. That shot is off the rim. No foul. Whose ball? It is Nick Ball. Beautiful. Anyway, back to Nashville. Feeding one through at the left circle. Riley, left circle. Shot, goal! 5-3 Nashville. A shot that came from the corner. Do not know my goal horn is not working right now. There it is. But a play Peterka never got back, and a drive by Forsberg. He roofs it over Luukkonen, and the lead is 5-3 Nashville. What a shot by Philip Forsberg. Yeah, but it's not going to happen. Forsberg with a drive, and Nashville now leads by 2. So Forsberg has a brace. He has 2. And it's backhanded into the Buffalo zone. Is that enough for icing? No, it is not. Darling tries to get the puck outside. 12:40 to go in the third. 5-3 Predators lead now. So Buffalo needs a couple goals here. Here's tucked behind the net. Turnover. Fed one-timer. Blocked. And now an odd man rush for Buffalo. McLeod fed it back right down in front for Tuck, and he just missed. Locking in for Zucker. Jason Zucker to the point. Couldn't keep it in. And Buffalo goes back with it. 12 minutes to go in the third. Sabres down by 2. So we mentioned those scores for the NBA. 1:05 to go in the first half in LA. It is 7 minutes to the third in that game. It is 40-32 USC beating Ohio State. There's still 5:59 left in the third. They didn't really do anything here. That Michigan State-Michigan game. Still 5-1 Spartans, though, in that game. That one fed right off the blue line and slipped on down. By the way, 10 minutes left in 9:52 left in the second. It's not over, but it's getting a little out of hand for Arkansas. The lead is 64-48, and Bama nearly made it 67-48. So a 16-point lead for the Crimson Tide, and they're rolling right now, hence roll Tide. But it's still a whole game left. By the way, also Ole Miss is now down by 8 to LSU, and we're about 12 minutes away from tip-off between 20th Arizona and 13th Texas Tech, as Buffalo will skate in the line off the right hash. Goes one, shoots it, a save made. It is held, but a penalty coming against Nashville. Will it be a penalty shot? No, it will be a tripping call against Nashville, but the Sabres will go to the power play. It's on Barron. Let's check the NHL scores at the 10 o'clock games. They should have dropped the puck in Calgary and San Jose. They have. Sharks have a 2-1 lead against Dallas. By the way, the Wild, they are on their way looking like right now to a big win. Remember, they scored first. They made it 1-0, and then the Islanders scored 3 unanswered. Well, it's been 4 unanswered for the Wild. 5-3 Wild, 7:45 left in the game there. We are monitoring that. As we said, 2-1 Sharks early in the first against Dallas. Scoreless in Seattle, and about 10 or so minutes till puck drop in, actually the game's in Los Angeles, not in Anaheim, in the Battle of Orange County, and that puck is blocked, and Nashville's going to send it all the way down and clear back to Luukkonen for Buffalo to recharge up on their power play. Here comes Dahlin at the red line. Dahlin drops it off. Sabres, Tage Thompson couldn't keep it in. Nashville banks it off the corner, and it hops down again. Fed one over to Dahlin. Dahlin at the left circle. Dahlin drops it off, and it hops on through. The 27th best power play going up against the league's 11th best kill. Just outside the top 10 is Nashville when it comes to penalty killing. Dahlin. O'Reilly's watching him. It almost got it out of the zone, but could not. Comes right back out on the high slot. Fed one left hash. Delays again. He's pressured. 45 seconds left in the penalty, and it fanned on it. He slipped his own, and Dahlin gets it right back, though. The captain brings it in for Buffalo under 40 seconds left in the power play. Fed won the tie up, and this puck is chopped all the way down to Luukkonen. He lays it again, and the puck comes out of play with 9:20 left in the third and 26 seconds left in the Buffalo power play. And Nashville there's another penalty. Interference on Brady Shea. That's not Shea, is it? Yeah, it is Brady Shea. I was going to say, it's a Brady Shea. I thought he was out in the Islanders. Brady Shea, a New Jersey kid, played in the Steiner development program down in South Jersey. Also played for St. Augustine Prep. And he's made his way around his hometown as well. He played for the Rangers out there, and now he's in Nashville. And he's committed a penalty, and for 5-on-3 for 26 seconds, which will then go into a 5-on-4 power play for Buffalo. No scoring changes in any of the games that we were talking about in the NHL. But they are inside 5 minutes with the Wild in control at XL Energy. Puck fed back, and a shot is stopped. 17 seconds remain in the 5-on-3. Marcus Foligno just scored in an empty net goal. It is 5 unanswered for the Wild. 6-3 Wild, and that should be all she wrote from St. Paul. What a beautiful win against the Islanders this is going to be. We are watching Arkansas-Bama. This game is now probably out of hand as Rui just had a slam dunk. It's 73-55. It's an 18-point lead for the Tide. Thompson back out. Fed one at the right circle, and they fanned on it. The 5-on-3 is killed. Still some time in a 5-on-4. Tipped one, blocked aside. Comes right off the corner for 8:45 left in the third. Buffalo needs 2 goals. Dahlin's shot is blocked. It comes back to center. This is not chump change when it comes to a penalty kill. When it comes to Nashville, and they have a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Yossi fed one-timer, and he broke his stick. Dahlin comes through and has to go get a stick. So Buffalo has some numbers if they hurry. Here Zucker drops it off, comes back out of the slot. Zucker was in trouble with it. He's double teamed. He backhand fed it, bit wide of Zucker, 50 seconds left in the man advantage. Man comes back with the stick. Fed one Zucker away from the official. He gets away from the linesman, and Nashville clears. 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Let's see about that Michigan State-Michigan game. That should be done now by now. They have taken too long in that game, but it's about to end. Spartans have a 6-1 lead, under 2 minutes left in the game. The number 2 team, and this one fed on through and a shot save. Oh, what a save again! A tremendous stop of Elanainen. Another shot. Score! Cousins! And it's a 1-goal game. Power play goal with 7:30 to go. Dylan Cousins, and it's 5-4 Predators. Well, a tremendous save initially. They dig at it, and the glove stop was unbelievable from the left hash, but then they get it right back. They ring it around the point, and Dylan Cousins just whoops it on an impossible angle, and Buffalo gets one. They need one more. What a game this is turning out to be. I'm more excited in those basketball games because apparently the third quarter's over in MSG, and it's Boston by 20. 96-76. We have an offside on Buffalo with 7:21 to go in the third. They're going to go to break. And remember, we talked about wanting to do that Michigan State game. What would be the fitting time? Well, they just went to the end of the third quarter in MSG. I think they're still on break in that blowout with Arkansas. Let's finish off Michigan State, I guess, unless could go to Ohio State USC. There's a 10-point lead there. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that LSU Ole Miss game? That is late in it. 3:57. Yeah, we're going to go to that. We'll go to that because there's not really anything to do there. So let's go to the Ole Miss LSU game. This is a pretty good one.
Like that, and get those puppies set like that. It's going to be a good night in Baton Rouge.
They're going to break. So, and yeah, just Michigan. I mean, it's not much I have to go through. All right. Fed one back off the corner. This is Michigan State. Wolverines keep it in right up the right hash. It's a 4-on-4, and the 4-on-4 is over. It is all Spartans in a power play now. Wolverines, Spartans bank it in and backhand it into the zone. By the way, we have a final score. Minnesota did come back. They have beaten Portland 114-98. Michigan cycles the play, and that's going to be, she wrote now 35 seconds left. Yeah, they're going to win it. We know that. That is final. Now, Oklahoma City, Memphis has not gone final. 122-109 with a minute 39 left in Memphis. FedEx Center between the Grizzlies and the Thunder. Divisional foes as well. So 4:12 left in the fourth quarter. 126-101 Warriors at the UC. And as we mentioned, and a shot, and they score! The Sabres have tied it again! What a back and forth game this is! It's Benson, who was stoned right before the first goal. that they scored in the third period. And right after they came back to go within one, Benson has cut this 2-goal deficit apart completely and tied it up. And Buffalo has tied it at 5 with 6:58 to go. What a hockey game. Zach Benson is his 10th of the year. From down 2, Zach Benson. And we might be approaching Chicago, St. Louis territory, but the referees are on the phone with Toronto about something. Seems like they always are. I don't know what they are. There was going to be a penalty on Nashville. And Nashville is challenging. Are they challenging an offside here? That's what Lindy Ruff is looking at. Let's see. So he steams ahead. This is dumped. Oh, that's going to be close. You have to see that the player on the right line was crossing offside, but remember, if the skate drags, it's onside. And remember the all-important, what is the call on the ice? The call on the ice is a good goal. So now, because the call on the ice is a goal, now if the call on the ice was not a goal, you could say we don't know where the puck is, and we called it off anyway. But here we go. They're going to make the decision at center ice. Toronto has conferred after Nashville challenged. It was offside, no goal. Andrew Brunette is very happy about that, and the guy at the opposite side of the bench, who's old enough to have coached against Brunette when he played, is not happy. 5-4, Nashville's lead is retained. They did say that the play is offside, so it is not a goal. Toronto conferred and said from this angle, so Buffalo still trails because Nashville also keeps a timeout and does not confer a penalty. Now a break for Steven Stamkos. Stamkos banks it along the corner. Fed one on back, and it's crossed off the far wall, and it has gone final. It is final. Michigan State does beat Michigan in hockey. Here's McLeod slinking one through, and they try to dump it off, and we have another final coming from the state of Tennessee as a save of Illinoinen. And Buffalo nearly put the puck in. They are coming in waves now. 6:36 left. Tage Thompson and an offensive zone draw for the Sabres, who do trail 5-4. But we got a update from Memphis. Oklahoma City has won 125-112 over the Grizzlies. Big win for them. Now the game with the least amount of time left in the NBA. 1:48 left. And what a clawback by Jimmy Butler against his old team playing for Golden State. 130-107. They're about to beat the Bulls in Chicago. Backhand feed. Missed a man. You know, it looked like, who could have had a chance to make it a 2-goal game again. Fed one, blocked aside. 6:15 left and change. Or just 6:15 left. Buffalo tries to sweep in. There's O'Reilly. Hit hard. Ryan O'Reilly playing against his old team. Forsberg chips in. Forsberg hit hard by Power. Power tries to pin Forsberg off the boards. We have updates as well. 21 left in the game. Knicks trail by 21, 101-80 Boston. 31-24 at the end of the first quarter. New Orleans and Sacramento. Pelicans lead, and it is over. It is final from St. Paul. The Wild have won it 6-3 over New York, over the New York Islanders. And they have beaten the New York Islanders and are playing well now, and it now put a lot of pressure on Dallas against San Jose, as this one is fed along. 4:43 left in the third quarter as well. 84-71 Nuggets. NHL scores, if we can get some as well, we will Update you, Dallas has tied it with 8:36 to go in the first, 2-2, Sharks and Stars. And scoreless, 6:49 left in the first, still Seattle and Calgary. And they have still not dropped the puck in Los Angeles, LA. Also not in Los Angeles for the Clippers either. Because I think they play in different arenas this year. That's why they have a game at the same time. Fed one through. Nashville trying to get it out. They do. 4:40 to go in the third. They try to tip one by as Nyquist. Here's Luukkonen. He plays it behind his net. Let's see when Buffalo puts in the extra man. They trail by 1, 5-4. They initially had the tying goal, but it was knocked off for an offside. Predators swinging in. 4:20 to go in the third. Fed one on back. As it was crossed on through and chopped down to the Buffalo zone under 4 minutes left. They'll try to backhand that along. Fed one back out looking for Thompson. 3:50 to go in the third. We'll let you know when the extra man comes. After this game goes final, we are going to say goodnight. Puck comes right off the blue line. It slipped through at the red. Sabres trying to chip it across in a steal. Here comes Nashville. They've got numbers the other way. There's a shot save. Look at it. Rebound. He's got it in his glove with 3:36 to go. 5-4 Nashville. They've got an offensive zone draw coming. Buffalo trying to find a way to tie it up. What a break. And perfect. We've got Ole Miss LSU, and there is some drama here. They're looking to see if this is a foul, I think. I don't know. Either way, 35 seconds left in the third, 57-45 USC going into the fourth quarter soon, up against Ohio State. 154 in the second here. It's a 7-point lead for the Tigers, trying to upset 25th ranked Ole Miss. 3:57 left in the second. It is now only a. All right, well, we are gonna monitor Bama, Arkansas. If it's still going on, if this game is still going on, Bama, Arkansas. That's at a TV timeout. They're still watching this foul. Bama, Arkansas is only a 10-point game with about 3 minutes left. That's doable. 79-69, Crimson Tide. So that game is not over. And remember, Tennessee will become the number one team in the country if Arkansas can come from behind and win. Back to this one, 1:55 left in the game. Tigers up by 7. They don't have the ball, but it's fed there, and we'll go back to Buffalo. Sabres trying to tie this game up at 5. O'Reilly's had 4 assists against his former team, put on Texas Tech, Arizona. I'll watch it later. Again, we're going to go to this game is final, and then I'm going to be off the air. So 5-4 is the lead for Buffalo. 3:36 to go in the third. The puck is dotted off at the corner. They battle away from it. Back to the point, left circle. Yosei missed the net. It goes off the glass. 3:20 to go in the third. We'll watch for the extra man when he comes. Nashville settles in. Buffalo wanted to get the puck out of the zone here. Closing in on 3 minutes left. This puck is iced. Not what you want. Buffalo has to keep all their guys on the ice in the defensive zone when they want to get the puck out of the zone and get their offense. Got to tee it off the dot. Left hash. Right, so it's an end, the puck will go all the way down, and it will be an icing. .253 to go in the third. 5-4. Nashville with an offensive zone draw. Buffalo needs to stop icing this puck. And the problem now is they have to keep the same unit on the ice. You then have to get a change and then get offensive possession, which is going to cost you time here. So you dump it right in to change. You might have to wait another 90 seconds or so to get the offensive possession back. What you want to do if you're Buffalo is move the puck. I see here you go. See the one blue liner is gonna drop it, delay, wait for everybody to change, slink off. He'll go on, and then he'll have a new guy replacement his play. That's smart. That was the best play for Buffalo to do there. It does conserve. It doesn't use a lot of time. It takes some time. Backhander towards the net. Save made. Oh, it's deflected high. Goes towards the crossbar. The rebound, they bang away at it. Still loose in front. It's Halvervaglainen. Oh, that close to a tie game with 2:11 to go. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'd put on that Bama-Arkansas game. It's getting interesting, Trent. It's getting interesting, that game. It's only an 8-point lead. Razorbacks are on a 7-0 run, and they are putting the number 3, possible number 1 team to a test right now. They just got a defensive stop. This is a game. This is a ball game. They just came up with a big slam dunk. Place is going nuts. Yeah, I put this game on. This game has some flair to it. So does this Buffalo-Nashville game. Puck is going to go all the way down. Is it going to be enough for icing? No, it's not. Sabres come with the puck behind their own net, trying to force out. Line it right down the left circle. Drop pass. Zucker from Tuck. Zucker towards Tuck. Trying to bang it on through. It comes to the far side. Nashville trying to get it out. Buffalo's got the extra man. It slinks to center. 1:45 to go in the third. 5-4. Nashville. Predators. Fed one back aside. Dropped it off the corner. Delayed and looking for the stick lift. Under 1:25 to go in the third. Buffalo wins the race to the puck back in the defensive zone. Dylan Cousins dropped it right through a stick. Comes back at the red line. Slinks it off the far circle. Getting through the Nashville defenseman. It pinned right off the boards. There's Power to the blue line. Closing in 1:10 and change. 1:10. Now 1:05. Left circle, Peterka. Shoots, deflected. It's tipped aside, Peterka. Drive. This goes off the glass. Cousins tried to bank it in. Couldn't. Under a minute to go in the game. Zucker. Power now. Power looks Thompson's way. Power up the corner. Power at the blue line. Thompson a drive. It's blocked in front. Buffalo gets to the puck again. Side of the net. Tries to slink one through. And Buffalo, can they keep it in? No. Thompson goes down. He overstrode the puck. Nashville goes to the empty net and scores. Marchessault. The Conn Smythe winner in 2023 puts it into the empty net, and the Predators have a 6-4 lead, and it looks like they'll win the game. The puck went through. It just missed off the blue line. And Tage Thompson would get down. He should not have slid. He should have just backpedaled, back-checked, gotten the puck, and worked it again because Buffalo was really coming in waves. But instead, he slides. He misses the puck on the slide at center. The next Predator is far behind him. The next Sabre is far behind him. The Predator comes right close. That was Marchessault. Sends it in. And unless Buffalo can come up with a miracle here, the Predators are going to come away with a big win going to the All-Star break. Connor Clifton banked off the corner. It is swiveled on down. 5 seconds left. Nashville will skate in. There's no reason for anything other than a dump. And the Predators win it 6-4. The pivotal offsides call, which reversed what was a tie game to only a 5-4 lead. Nashville deposits a empty netter in the final minute. And the Predators beat Buffalo going to the All-Star break. All right, this is a fun stream. Good night, everybody. Happy hockey, everybody. We'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of the sports. I'm definitely going to enjoy the rest of that Arkansas-Bama game. But, yeah, good night.